What up, dude? Welcome to another episode of On the Rocks. It's your boy B, and of course our well-anticipated guest, Mr. Nhuri Bashir. Welcome again. Yeah. Well, you see, very few have had the opportunity to come, on the show twice, right? So to have you come back, I'm grateful, grateful to have you here. All right, let's run through the whole situation. Shay, first and foremost, welcome back. We missed you. Big shout out going out to DJ Fury who stepped in and he stepped in and he was actually scheduled to be our guest. And I have to say, like, you was a miss. Like, I think your element to our conversation was a miss on, and your aspect on things was a miss. Welcome back, and there to have like how are you feeling? Right. Yeah, like definitely missed you. Definitely. All right. Um, what you're drinking? Let's get on that. If you have not poured yourself a drink by now, but you know we're live. I'm sure you've been waiting for it. What's that? Highland Springs? Oh shit! You read the rules. Thank you. I think somebody read the rules. Oh man, yeah man. Fair enough. Fair enough. Nothing wrong with that. Right. Yes. Yes. Right. Oh
What?
man.
How is that? Oh,
All right.
fuck.
Oh, bro, you gotta tell us how that's gonna be. Let us know how. Let us know how that is. Right. So, I mean, you drink black tea on a regular? Yes. Right. Understood. Okay. Yeah. All right. Um.
Sorry. Mike in the background disturbing
No. As a matter of fact, as a matter of fact, since you mentioned it, thank you for having us, Nocturnal.
things.
Thank you for having us. Now that you know that where we're at and who else is in the building. Um, Mike, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Radio launch for your radio station, and of course your launch of your party last weekend.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Straight up, Karma was like upside down, like upside down. Karma was nice last week Saturday.
It's a vibe.
It was definitely a vibe. Definitely a
Something different in me. I was DJing, bought some DJs down from the
From the
UK.
UK, yeah.
Shouts out to my boy Booker. Shouts out to Candace. But yeah, it was a scene. It was a scene. It's definitely a vibe. House music all night long. House music all life long, to be honest. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. No, bro, don't listen. Listen, there were people of all ages, colors, and creeds in this place. Like, wait to. I want to get you. I'm gonna get the video too. I'm working on it. Um, those of you who know my category told me, look, be come, bring the camera, get some footage, so and such and such. So I've watched a little bit of it, and bruh, it's straight vibes. Like, they almost had like a soul train going down in the middle of it. Like, it was lit. Like, it was
I
lit,
missed
bro.
that,
Like,
bro.
yeah, it was like people was. It was like a group of people on one side, group of people on the other side, and then it was like somebody dancing in the middle. Then somebody else coming. Like, it was like a whole, not a dance off, but it was almost like a soul train. But I'll be quite honest, I didn't catch the right angle of that. I caught the tail end of it because I
Uh,
just, like, I'm just doing my thing, got my back
yeah, yeah.
turned, and behind me, I just party
All
just
the
happening.
vibes in
So
it.
yeah, it was a lot happening.
I didn't
It,
even see
it
that.
was a lot. It was a lot happening. Like, people
Jesus.
thoroughly enjoyed themselves. Um, bro, it was, and it was like nice. It was, it was like, I can't. It was just. It was like straight vibes. Like, I ended up bumping into so many. I'm bumping into so many people, in the industry as well, who showed up. Like, people who are in like the entertainment and promotion industry. People who were in the radio industry who showed up. People who are in like the hosting and bands. A lot of people who play in bands, I recognize them. They were there just vibing, straight vibing. So big shout out to you, man.
Hey, I
Yeah,
thank you, bruh.
yeah, yeah. Thanks. Yeah, more than Mario. So.
Hey, I want to say thank you. I don't even.
Yeah, I might look. Since we're here, don't forget the march, right?
Yeah.
Don't forget the
Don't, hey,
march.
body march. Listen to the radio station. It's a whole
Yeah,
scene.
get the march. Listen to the radio station. All right, blast out my boy Nocturnal Entertainment. I appreciate you. I appreciate. You.
Ooh.
Say you're drinking water. God. So 40. All right. Oh my dear. Now you're starting something. Yeah. Now you're starting something. All right. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, bet. You know what? Cheers to your wife for making the awesome decision of giving you the cream soda. Yes, my boy. Listen, I have this. Thank you. Thank you. I've received my gift. That I'm gonna cherish. Shay, I got yours. Um, and that's coming in the mail. Also with March. So don't forget, we're talking March. What did I say? April 1? April 1, March. Yeah. So March will be available April 1, don't forget. So Shay, just wait a little bit because your March is coming too. All right. Yeah, keep it locked to our socials for your March. All right, April 1. And also keep it locked to your socials for our drop of Spotify April 1 as well. So we're trying to just keep you guys everywhere. Take us everywhere. if you missed the live show and the content that you might have missed live, you can definitely go back and listen to it. Right? And of course, you know our handle. It's on .d .rocs. Rocks. Cheers. All right. I was gonna play a game of Would You Rather after that. Or you've been here before, you know how that one goes. Um, so yeah, we'll skip straight to that. Off the rocks. Um, say you got a lot going on. This might you got one because you set up like you was.
Oh no, I ain't got it.
All right. So off the rocks, for those of you who don't know, is basically an article or a piece that has been gone viral or has been established to have been true. And it's something that happens in the news that makes you just, hmm, like, hmm. This one, unfortunately, it makes me wonder a lot of things, but it also just, it cries out a bit that one of one of my favorite cities is on curfew, not for illness, but because of violence. So Miami, I don't know if you guys have heard, Miami has been put on curfew. City of Miami has been put on curfew. They're on, I think it's spring break now around this time. So yeah, more recently, like last weekend, they had two shootings just out on the strip. Um, yeah, so they issued a curfew as opposed to like allowing it to. These guys are on the curfew. It says on Friday night around 10:40, a shooting occurred. Two people to a nearby hospital. One later died from his injuries, while the other continues to be in critical condition. Yeah, curfew will start at 11:59 and end at 6 a.m. And it goes straight through to Monday, I believe. So until next Monday, they have curfew. So you can be out until about 12, and then after that, you gotta be in. That's yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, too rowdy, like you know what I mean. It's. I mean, I don't know how. Well, yeah, shooting is obviously too rowdy, right? You have to. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's yeah. What are we coming to? Yeah. That a place so beautiful has to now be on curfew, not for. Guys, I'm tired of like being locked in a room in a house for years as it is. Uh, a life, yeah, yeah, so true, so true. All right, um, that's off the rocks. If you guys have an off the rocks story that we can credit, let us know. Hit us up info.ontherocks@gmail.com. For those people who don't know you, I picked this up yesterday, right? That's that. I picked this up yesterday. Those who don't know you, Nori, because they see us every week. Um, I picked this up yesterday, right? It's yeah, yeah, and there's your name in this book, maybe a lot. I, I'm not. It's your name is in there a lot. Um, so I still for those who don't know you, can you just give a small brief synopsis of who you are? Hmm. And that's at the airport, right? I just sorry, quick plug. I just sent my daughter away. So big shout out to the Bermuda Jump Rope Federation. Going to represent Bermuda in jump rope competition in Colorado. So yeah, big shout out to her. Speaking of the airport, shout out to them. But yeah, that's wicked. I'm sure she probably saw it. Mhm. Mhm. That's right. That's right. Well, again, welcome back and welcome to, thank you. I should say thank you. And of course, congratulate. Like every time I see your name in something like this, something even your name just being talked about, I smile and feel proud and happy to know that it's good and positive. And I want to draw a light to obviously what sparked me to ask you to come back was your drive and your goal of the 5K run for the arts. Um, and so it interests me because as a creative, I find it, I find driving or coming through certain parts of the island to be just, yeah, there's no culture in it, there's no vibe in it, like no more. It don't feel like I have anything like. All right, let's we can argue about this all the time. The drive to St. George's is worse than the drive to Somerset. You get me? Yeah, yeah, true, true. But the drive like. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I am a true St. George's fan, no doubt about that. But it's an argument about scenery that people always and most times bring up, right? And what they are able to see. And I think that the concept of initiating the mural program, it brings life to at least some part of the island, and hopefully it can carry throughout. Yes, yes, yes. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Hmm. Yes, yes. Mm.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah. 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 I remember. Yeah. Yes. Right. That's right. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Hmm. Yeah. Yes.
Ever seen, you know? And so, for me, it's bringing people to the area, having a
Hmm.
community thing, and also raising money for art, like real art to be installed in and around the area. Like, so, that's kind of the genesis of it. That's kind of the genesis of it. Came on as a sponsor, like immediately. They like really love the concept. Really love the concept. Bermuda National Gallery has been great. National Gallery kind of coordinating it, yeah, that's kind of the genesis. That's kind of the genesis and what the aim is, and what the aim is,
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Question, question. I can keep talking. That's the one thing. Keep talking. That's the one thing.
When is it? Just so that
When is
people
it? Just
know
so that
for
people know.
for
So the race is scheduled for April
race
23rd.
is scheduled for April 23rd.
And it will be a
A
walk,
run,
a jog,
a walk,
a
a
meander,
jog,
like a
a
stroll,
meander,
whatever term
like a
that
stroll,
whatever
whatever
term
term
that
that
works
um,
best for you.
there's a company
And
ATL that
there's a company ATL
the
that
founders
come from
the
Middletown. They're
founders
going to be
come from
hosting a
Middletown.
kid
They're
zone.
going to be
down on the kids zone playground, down on the Parsons Road playground. You know, so we're invited even for people that are not. So we're invited even for people that are not in the actual race itself. Participating in the actual. We would like to get people with kids. We would like to make it a family thing. With kids, make it a family thing. It's a community thing because it's a community thing because it's about community, right?
First,
It's about community, right? Second, it's about supporting the arts. Second, it's about supporting the arts. It's about visibility. People seeing things they've never seen visibility. People seeing things they've never seen before. It's about beautification and adding. It's about beautification and adding to an area like Mike's DJ to an area like Mike's DJ. You know what I mean? Like new. Put a new set on this thing,
Nuri,
you know.
you, what made you guys think of what made you think of a run? Like, what you just sat down and said we're gonna have a run through the Hackathon, or what like really sparked that thought? Like,
so have you met D'Amico Watson?
No.
So when you watch 24 for a minute, right, and you have them people that like, when they start running, they start sprinting. And they end sprinting. That's
okay.
Good, right? To me, so to me, he's a top tenor in in 24 for me, and his and his family are avid runners. Now I've run 24 for me. I've done it 3 times now.
But okay. All right. Right. I'm an avid drinker, so I don't know. I'll walk.
There's this. I think people always tend to think of arts and sport.
Uh-huh. Got you. Yes. Yeah. Right.
You know, so for me, it's like it's an amazing area. And when you think of the vistas, like, if you think you get up to the top of Deepdale Hill, and you look back from Deepdale across to Friswell's Hill, like that is bar none one of the most picturesque views of Bermuda homes in the island. I can't think of any vista where you have that like mosaic of pretty houses
lined up like that.
Lined up. Yeah, so when people talk about, Bermuda's got beautiful homes and got beautiful colors and pastels and all that kind of stuff, a lot of times they are thinking about what St. George's looks like. Town is the mecca for like vistas over beautiful homes, you know what I mean, or beautiful colored homes. And so to me, it was just one of those things. I'm from town. I've always been from town, and that's now, that's a part of me. Right? It knows me no matter where. Like that's just a part of who I am. Like, and if there's any way that I can bring people around, because for me, like I've always been a person that hears people say things. I remember when I went to Soltis, for the first time in my lifetime, somebody was like, "Oh no, I don't go around there." Like, you don't go around there. Like it's like it's dangerous. And I'm like, I kind of been my whole life. I'll be able to tell you.
Hey, Nuri,
but
I'm never understood how people could say Hackathon is dangerous. It's probably the safest place you could be. Like,
it's
you
not.
Be out there 4 o'clock in the morning.
It's not. Have something bad to say about some. It's
exactly.
Yeah.
There's stigmas, right? And the thing is, you can't be unfaithful to the fact that there is violence that exists in Bermuda. You kicked off talking about Miami, right? There are elements of violence that spark up in Bermuda. There are elements of violence that spark up in Miami. There are elements of violence that spark up in every single country in this world. If you name a country that doesn't have violence, I'll give you $100 today. You know what I mean? Like, right? And so what people harp on a lot of times are little blips in the news, right? And those little blips in the news become kind of that overriding message. Like you don't have a lot of good news in general. Like I mean, like the news is not designed to show you good stuff. So the stuff you see is bad. You know, nobody's gonna say, hey, you know, Nori went outside and said hi to his neighbor today. That's not gonna make Bear News. You know, that's not gonna make that's not gonna make Royal Gazette, right? And so hopefully this race will be something that will be positive, that can start to overshadow some of the you know, some of the negative news that might come from the area.
All right, so race is starting from.
Yeah.
Make sure I got this right. We're gonna. Yeah, so from the Parsons Red, starts from Parsons Red, and then we're going towards
Parsons Red Playground. Towards TCD.
Got this upside down.
Yeah, you're looking at it backwards. It's gonna run from Parsons Road, so it's gonna starts up by the basketball courts, and it's gonna run towards TCD, right? And then end or walk, because I want to make sure that people that that are listening know that you can run or walk or jog, or meander,
who wants to walk
or
with
stroll.
Anybody can walk. That's good. We're walking. I need a walking team.
Yeah,
walking buddy.
Like walk with me. I'll walk with you. You know, it's gonna go up towards TCD, turn right onto Bernard's Park, and then it's gonna turn right onto Marsh Folly, Palmetto, and then it's gonna run all the way to Frog Lane, which is the same road that has Cedar Bridge, the backside of the National Stadium, and then it's gonna turn right onto Happy Valley Road.
Okay.
Right, turn right into Happy Valley Road, and then it's gonna pass Belvin's, so past Deepdale, which has that overpass that we talked about. It's gonna run past Belvin's and cut right down onto Curvin Avenue, right?
Okay.
It's gonna cut down Curvin Avenue, go out. It comes out by the old bakery there, and then come out by Artie Black's, and then come back down to Parsons Road from there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So when I say we're going through the neighborhood,
wait.
We're going through the neighborhood.
I'm walking. Wait a minute.
That's a long walk, though, Nori, bro.
It's 5K.
We're gonna start at 8:30.
5K. So that's gonna be an hour and a half. An hour and a half of walking for the average person in general. For an intermediate runner or an advanced runner, that's going to be about 35 to 45 minutes running. For the intermediate runner, it's be 45 to an hour. So the longest walker, you probably would expect that they'd probably come in at around 2 hours. 1.5 to 2 hours. Yeah. So, but for you, like you should be done with your frame and height. You should be done in an hour and 15 minutes.
I'm disappointed about? I used to have my Fitbit, right? Then obviously I got in my accident. Fitbit didn't stop working. My watch, I didn't even have my watch, but my watch just completely went. My smartwatch, so I ain't got nothing that's been counting my steps, brother. You know how many steps I was making when I had these stuff, like, bro. I'm upset now because it was an obsession, and I don't have that. But I could do it in less than. I'm not gonna put a time on it. You know what? We're gonna figure this out. The person who can guess my time. What do you think, Nori?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll work on that.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you guys soon. Bang.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I do walk fast and can walk fast. I get through my job walking a lot. And so but I might give a jog. I might give a jog for sure. If the camera's out,
Yeah, I think I have a suspicion
Yeah.
that you're a speed walker. So you're gonna make me get the hips good, you
Yeah,
know?
I might
You know?
pull the camera out. Pull the camera out. I might do it. Take some water,
Yeah,
splash
yeah.
on myself.
I would love to watch a speed walker. I'd love to
Yeah,
watch
nah,
it, man. It's just
in
like they get in there. It's just like I love it.
we'll work it out. No, definitely. You know what? I'm going to sign up. I told you I was going to sign up, and I am definitely going to sign up. I most definitely encourage everybody to bring your family out and well, obviously first sign up, right? Am I correct in saying
Yeah.
the Bermuda National Gallery has made admission free? Is admission free?
So the admissions are
And no,
based on the different
I'm sorry.
categories, right?
I know
So
for the race, I was gonna announce how much it was for the entry fees for the race, but the gallery itself, were they announcing that they were free admission? I think I saw that.
I
they
think I
very they very well maybe.
I
I
think
do
I
not work for the
All right,
gallery, but
all
I
right.
could find that out for you.
I think I saw that on the website the
That
other day
being,
that it
I
is
wanted to
free.
just basically acknowledge that, and even if it's not, take the time out to go and check them out as well. And what has it like? All right, entry fee 15. What I'm looking at it right now. It says $15 for youth under 20, walker or runner. $35 for an adult runner, or $30 for an adult walker. I'm gonna pay the runner fee and probably just still walk. Like it's yeah.
That's fine.
But yeah, man.
Appreciate that.
So yeah, that's the entry fee. $15 for youth under 20, walker or runner. $35 for the runner, and $30 for the walker. Race registration includes a Run for the Arts 5K T-shirt and pre-race number pickup. All that information is available on the bng.bm. All right. So make sure you guys go and check that out.
Correct.
Bermuda National Gallery. If you can't find it, like just typing that in. You can always Google it. Bermuda National. I do that all the time. I don't know why I know the website, but more time it's just like Google it. And now it's in my like history algorithm when I type in Bermuda, so that's pretty wicked. So big shout out to them. What is it like working with them?
Honestly, so the Peter Lapsley, who is the director at the Bermuda National Gallery, we were on the radio earlier today, and you know, he is like super down to earth, and his philosophy on the gallery is that, you know, since COVID-19, you know, people going into galleries has been less of a thing. You know what I mean? Like going into art galleries. And so what they've realized, or what they're trying to do, is extend the gallery out from the physical walls of the gallery, right? You know what I mean? And so this program kind of fit nicely in with the things that they're aiming to do. Brilliant guy, brilliant organization, and they're also using a portion of the donations to fund an apprenticeship program at the National Gallery. So, and you know, someone that is interested in understanding the business of art and how galleries work, and even, you know, like a networking opportunity, they can, from the area. So somebody from, you know, the kind of Northeast Hamilton area can apply on that same BNG website and get an apprenticeship if they're, you know, successful in their application, get an apprenticeship at the BNG. So it's more, you know, like they're doing, in my opinion, and then kind of taking the initiative to work with me and D'Amico and Miss Reyna on this specific thing, to me shows that they're keen to think outside the box, and to try to, you know, pull in a diverse set of people that are not, you know, what you would consider prototypically accessible, or that would prototypically know about opportunities in a gallery. You know what I mean? Like, I think this is a great opportunity, specifically for young people from the neighborhood, to be able to, get in, understand art, if you're inclined to it,
Right.
it's an opportunity.
Definitely.
What is your take on, um, like obviously pre-COVID thoughts of going to a gallery compared to now? Having that concept of, "Hey, I'm taking it outside of the wall." Like, what were you as a person pre-COVID want to go to a gallery often?
So I'm weird, right? So like my wife and I, we travel,
Mm-hmm.
and she'll book tickets to go like watch the Knicks game and stuff like that.
Right.
And I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go to MoMA. We can go watch the Knicks game if you want. You know what I mean? Like, so I've never been a person like when people talk about what's your football team.
Right.
I don't have a football team, never have. You know what I mean? Like, I
Okay.
mean, when people talk about sports, I can just nod and I'm like, yeah, boy, it's nice, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I just use generic terms with them,
Right.
just keep going. But I love galleries. I love seeing different people's approach to art, and so it doesn't matter what part of the world I'm in. I will always search out the different kinds of galleries that are in those areas and check them out. It's a thing. You know what I mean? Like Boy Trip, where's Nori? Nori's gonna go check the gallery.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. That's like that's me.
Right.
But I do recognize that like that's niche. Like
Yeah.
that's a different niche. Like and so I think that a lot of people, one, when it comes to art, for a large percentage of the population,
Mm-hmm.
they don't understand what people see as value in art.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Specifically people that are purchasing, right?
Right.
So you'll go there and you're like, wow, what is that? There's a couple of squiggles and a wiggle and a little wiggle.
Right.
Yeah, it's got a number next to it. You're like, well, how is they charging?
Right.
Sometimes people look and they're like, but and I was talking to the guys from ATL earlier.
Yeah.
That there's a lot of value in the story behind why, or the story behind the because. You know what I mean? Like, and so Banksy, as a simple example, right?
Yes.
Like, a lot of his pieces are very rudimentary. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're just stencils, spray painted.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all of us did that in primary school, But his approach to stenciling and his use of themes and things inside of his work make it valuable.
Right.
You know what I mean? The anonymity and the fact that his kind of highlighting the absurdity in certain things, that makes it, you know what I mean, like valuable. Somebody might look at an artist like Basquiat, right? And I've had friends. I've got a Basquiat book here. And he did like he would write on books and he'd do squiggles and
Right.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You get into a gallery and you look at this piece and you say, some people will look at it and be like, oh man, like $50,000?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they won't understand the value in it, right? And they won't understand why some people see value in it, right?
True.
So I think that, like, and this may be over explaining it. I think that when you have something in a gallery, a lot of times because the gallery is curated for specific themes at specific times, the timing for when people go into galleries might not be ideal for the kind of artwork that they like to see or appreciate.
Gotcha.
Right.
And because it's a physical space and it's only got a certain amount of walls or whatnot.
Yeah.
So, people you go the first time and it's something you don't like and you never go back. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you put art out on walls, the approach to art on walls is to catch people's attention, right? And so you'll find that more people will be able to appreciate art that is in the public than art that's in a gallery. You know what I mean? Because the art that's on a wall is for the people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
There's a difference, but a subtle difference, but it's a big difference.
No,
you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, you're
And
absolutely right.
so yeah, it's some things are meant to be seen by the masses, and some things are meant to just be on somebody's wall,
Right.
in some, or in a
Yeah,
gallery.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so
You're right.
yeah, and so it's understanding the difference. I think that's the difficult part or the key, you know.
I got you. Um,
Yeah.
the program. How many? You said it's taking how many interns? Just one.
So it's a 3-month internship,
Okay.
a recurring, right? So the first one will be 3 months,
Yes.
and then the next one will be 3 months, and the next one will be 3 months. If they extend it to an individual after that 3 months, then it is what it is. Um, but basically, the intent is to create an opportunity for people to be able to see and understand the mechanics of a
Yeah.
gallery, which also, like, for an artist,
Right.
like, I wouldn't say that I wish that I had the opportunity to work in a gallery, but I wish that I had more gallery experience. Like, I had my first gallery show in November,
Mm-hmm.
and that was an experience. Like, that was a real
Got
experience.
you.
Uh, and if I had, I think, a little bit more background and knowledge in how the gallery works, how pieces work curated, what I mean,
Yes.
how they look together,
Yeah.
like what things people come in and look at and appreciate, and then what things people come in and are like, um,
Mhm.
and just having a stronger understanding of the process, I think would have really helped me. Um, and I'm hoping that it can help someone else.
Yeah.
Got you. Got you. Do you find like how often does somebody like throw you a person like, hey Nori, to see this person's work, like this, you need to come see such and such as how often does that happen for you?
For
Yeah,
me,
but like locally.
locally, there are. I think I get less people just because I'm like I don't want to say I'm a homebody, but like if you see me generally, it's like I'm on the way
Yeah,
home or I'm on the way to
yeah,
work. Know what I
yeah.
mean?
Mhm.
Um, so where I get most of my suggestions are on, like, I think it's through algorithms through Instagram and stuff like
Okay.
that. Like there's some really wicked artists. Like I have a piece from an artist over there just past this one that I did.
Right.
Um, I don't want to turn my computer because my pull the plug up. But from Carlos Santana,
Mm.
you see that
Mm-hmm.
over there in the corner
Mm-hmm.
there.
Yeah.
And then I have another piece by another artist over in the corner
Right.
there. And so for me, like, I have art that I like,
Yeah.
and if I like it, I'll invest in it. Like, I'll purchase it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because I see the value in people's things, like,
Yes.
and so for me, it's if I see it online and I see something cool, then I'll go to their show if they have a show,
Yes.
or I'll go, like Carlos. I went to his house and he was working on that one at his house, and I was passing my outside my office just this morning. There was a guy named Otto Trot,
Yes.
and he was up
Yeah, he was
painting
painting
some
the oh my gosh, what is that place called? The humane.
blocks building.
Yeah, it's Blocks Building, but it's the humane. Somebody's in there now. Like,
Yes,
yes,
yes. So
yo,
he
Where
was
is
painting that morning, and I was like,
yeah. And
"Yo, this is
I
beautiful."
think I was leaving your, yeah, I was leaving your office.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw him out
So I
there.
took his number and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna check him out and I'm gonna see, because again, it works. The colors work with like what I like in
Yes.
colors. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
And so I would hit him up and I was like, hey, look, Mr.
yeah.
Trot, how much for
And
that piece?
they
It works. It
they
works.
had a, it was a piece about him more recently, Mr. Trot. He did one of, I think it was on Reed Street. He had done. I've seen him now more recently come out and
Yeah.
do pieces. And even to the point of, there was a cruise ship that came in not too long ago, and they had a bunch of artists come off that ship and do some pieces throughout the city as well. That was pretty wicked.
Nice.
Like almost every corner they was just there, like had had everything all set up, and they were just the little stools and they were the deep
I
in it,
love it.
and I was like, yo, this is a vibe. Like this is what's up. Like so
I think it's a hallmark like of a thriving society. Like, you know what I mean? Like
mhm,
when there's other, art will generally show you how good a country is doing. You know what I mean?
mhm,
Like, so if you go around, you'll see like, political art in some places where, it shows you there's some corruption going on here, like a
mhm,
lot.
mhm.
I remember being down in Brazil and looking around the steps de Celeron area, and there's like tons of street art around there. But the street art that was there kind of was done in and around the time that they had the World Cup,
Okay, yeah.
and all of the themes were just like, corruption, 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 corruption. I mean, but amazing
Right.
pieces, amazing pieces. But you could see
You
what
can
the
see
artist
what,
was saying.
yes. Oh wow.
You can see it. And there's like some amazing gallery shows. Dion the Creative, Yassine, and those guys have got a show that's
Yeah,
coming
yeah, I
up
saw that.
uh, at
Yeah.
Masterworks. So I think that there's a really great resurgence or a really great movement that's happening, and a lot of credit to the galleries that are kind of spurring it, right?
Yes.
Giving young people an
An
opportunity to be able to
opportunity.
get their art out there with galleries.
That is what
Yeah,
is
it's,
what's definitely needed. Is a professional establishment willing to give
mhm,
young people a try, um,
yeah,
and open their doors and see that there are creative people, um, who are trying and need a
yeah,
push or need a help or need a mentor or
a
need,
platform.
yes, need a platform for
Yeah.
that matter. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Um,
And you in a gallery, because I guess if there's a quid pro quo, it's like a lot of people from the neighborhood. If I go around the neighborhood tomorrow and be like, "Hey, you ever been to Masterworks?"
mm-hmm.
Or, "Hey, have you ever been to Bermuda National Gallery?" I'm sure I get a lot of no's.
Yes.
Don't even know where
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
is. No, no,
Yeah.
right? Botanical Gardens,
Yeah.
where to?
Yeah.
You know, which one? So I think it's one of those things where this will introduce a new generation of people to the
Mhm.
galleries just as much as I'm hoping that the walk, run, jog will introduce people to an area that have not
Have
been
not
there,
been
like
there.
a new gallery,
Yes.
so to speak. So I consider it our gallery. This is the people's gallery.
Got you. So the locations that you plan on having the murals done on, and who will be doing the murals once or the
So that process is a democratic process also.
mhm.
So I think the submissions
It ended
are
yesterday, I think. Is it
no
already started?
Sunday. This Sunday at midnight
Okay.
is the
Okay.
deadline for
Mm-hmm.
submissions. And basically, the process is, you kind of give a sketch or you give an example of what it is that you would aim to
Yeah.
do. Um, there's three locations. One is the wall next to the laundromat on Parsons Road. The next one is the blue bathrooms, like the walls on the blue bathrooms down at the actual park itself. And then George Swarm from Belvins has graciously donated space on his walls on Belvins to kind of to do some mural work also,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, and the artists were asking for submissions, and then for like the first round pick of artists, there will be a payment for their concept, right? So $1,000 payment towards their concept,
Mm-hmm.
and then there is a portion of funds that's allocated for the actual creation and completion of the artwork. And so we're asking people to send in basically a budget, almost like a
Yes.
proposal, I mean,
Okay.
on what it would take, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what's going to be the cost of the paint and the base materials? What's the labor cost that's associated, and I guess, the value of art, so to speak, that you will be, putting onto the walls. Submit that information by Sunday, and we'll through a panel, we'll look at all of the submissions and kind of vote on which one should go where. And then each artist will be commissioned to start their piece
Nice.
through the National Gallery.
Right.
Again, getting
Yeah.
artists paid. Another one of
I mean,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I have mission.
it's all positive and good vibes. Like I'm just feeling the energy off of it, and how much positivity gets put back into the arts, and those people who love to do or even looking to be a part of the arts in some way outside of the art class they have at school, or somebody looking even who is come back from school. Get involved.
Exactly. If you're talented, if you've never told anybody about your talent, you just do it in sketchbooks or paint on walls around your neighborhood or whatever it is. Like this is an opportunity, you know.
Yeah.
We don't know who's out there until they put their
Mm-hmm.
and they put their hat in the ring or
Mm-hmm.
whatever the terminology is.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know it's daunting and it's scary for some people. Like, look, man, I've never
Yeah.
done something like this before. But you're kind of surrounded by a number of people that are going to make sure or try to assist in
Yes.
making sure that it's successful. Know what I mean, and we don't want anything to be unsuccessful in the area because again, this is a statement for everyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the first step is
Right.
put in your idea. Not guaranteed that it will get through, but that's the first step. At
Yes.
least your name will have been seen and your artwork will have been seen by people
Let me
that have the ability
let me
to be able to
just
say, okay,
pause
well,
you right there
boom.
on that matter, because I've just come from a workshop, right, where one of the things that this workshop was actually on hosting events, and right, and so one of the things that was said was that because the circle of people who actually do this is so small, right? We're only Bermuda, right? And there's only a certain amount of us. But the
Yes.
creative minds that all of us have in finding the strength, um, to one recognize that you have a strength in that area, and then understand that there's people out there that's willing to assist you, but you have to take that first step and sort of put yourself out there. Like,
That is
you have
yours.
to take that opportunity to say,
Mm-hmm.
you know what, I could draw, like I could sketch up this, like I'm drawing all this stuff, like your anime could be up on a mural somewhere. Like it's there are
Could
people
be.
out there who have that type of talent but are just afraid to do so. Listen, we are of creative minds, and people need to understand that we as Bermudians, although are small, you're gonna have that one out of, I don't know how many, who might criticize your work, but you need to take it and grow from it. You're only gonna get better in continuing to do what you like to.
Yeah. You can only criticize somebody
Yeah.
who's done something.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're not getting criticized,
Mm-hmm.
you're
Mm-hmm.
probably not doing anything. You know what I mean? So I prefer to be the person that's getting
Yes.
criticized for doing something.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Than the person
Yeah.
that always thought
Yeah.
about doing something and never did it.
Yeah.
Like, take the criticism. I mean, not to say that criticism doesn't
Mm-hmm.
affect people in various ways, but if you reposition what criticism is, right? There's valuable criticism, and then there's
Yes.
constructive and destructive criticism. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of times, specifically in the social space,
Yes.
there's destructive criticism where it has no actual aim. Someone's not saying, "Hey, look, your brushstroke
Yeah.
could have
Yeah.
been better on this side of the paint,
Yeah.
or maybe
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
whack." You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like, right?
Right.
But whack means nothing. You know what I mean? Whack is just an opinion, right? You might think that something's whack in the same way that someone
Right.
else might think something
Yeah.
is amazing. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and so, like, when someone, you can listen to someone, like, if there's an artist that says, "Hey, look, I saw your spray painting techniques that you were using there. Do you know that there's a nozzle
Right.
that allows you to get really thin lines, right? If you were spraying, like there's pattern spray that you didn't intentionally do, that you could kind of cover over that and use a thinner nozzle.
Right.
They have different kinds of nozzles. You want a thick spray, you want a thin spray, you want a
Yeah.
medium spray, you want a styled spray. You want one that's going to
Yeah.
drip. You know what I mean? Like, then
Yeah.
Yes.
that's constructive criticism. To me, that's
Mhm.
that's the
Definitely.
criticism you listen to. You know,
Mhm.
but somebody that's saying something with the
Facts.
intention of making you better,
Yeah.
Facts.
and you have to be able to drown out or clear out the people that are just saying things because
Yep.
they've never done anything.
Yeah. If you have that strength in
Uh,
doing something, go for it. We are past the stage, and I think we're basically past the stage where if you really love doing it, the chances are, as small as we are, there's places for you to fit in this entire world, like to do
Yeah,
whatever creative thing is within you to do, and the strength in it for you to do.
yeah.
Um, oh,
So I'm hoping that that this inspires somebody to be like, hey, look,
yeah,
let me just
please,
try. Let me
please.
just
I
submit.
do know some
Let me
people who I'm actually gonna hit up now. Like you saying
get
it
them
has
to
inspired me,
submit.
which is why I'm going off like this, because I'm just like, you know what, you idiot.
Just
Like
submit.
I almost feel like
You know,
cussing
like
somebody off, like you sign up, like
go tell them, go
but
push it.
yeah,
Take
it's
the paper from the hand and submit it.
definitely, yeah.
I mean, like some people need that push, but
you know,
I guess the point of the matter is, we a lot of times we get scared about the what ifs. You know what I mean?
yeah,
mhm.
And the what ifs, like what if people don't like it? You know what I mean?
right,
Or what if I don't get selected? Or what if I get selected and then I start and I kind of choke and I'm not,
right.
making it. I mean, like there's a lot of what ifs,
Well,
right? But
see, let me
go for
at
it.
some point, some people also have a mindset of this being, uh, some people have a mindset of monetizing, obviously, what they're gonna do. Eventually, they want to be paid for doing something of,
Yeah.
although, I mean, how can I put it?
They'll be paid for this. So there is
Right,
that's not even a hurdle. You will
right.
get paid for it.
Yes, I understand that, but I'm talking on the more or less like, no matter what it is you do, um, using your time for your talent or your craft, um, to do something for somebody else. It's what I'm trying to say is that is more or less like on the creative side of things when you,
Mhm. I think I understand what you're trying to say.
yeah, I
So there's a hurdle, right? So there's this, I don't make any money doing it right now.
mm-hmm.
In order for me to be able to live and succeed in life, I have to be able to make money,
Yes,
right? But in the interim, I have to work this job that I'm doing right now
yes,
before I can get to a place where I'm making money doing this thing.
mhm,
But the longer you work doing this thing, the amount of time that it takes to get better and be at a point to be able to do the thing that you want, you lose out on. You know what I mean?
yes,
As you're working on the other things
mm-hmm.
that allow you to make your daily income. So some people say, well, if I'm not this good, the top, right, and I see other people that are that good, then I'll just continue to try without making any money
Yes,
and focus on the thing that I know I can make money at. And I mean, like, so use a simple example. If a man cuts grass every day,
yeah,
right, and he knows he makes money cutting grass every
mm-hmm.
day, every minute he spends painting is a minute he's not cutting
Cutting grass,
grass.
yeah,
It's an opportunity cost in him cutting
mm-hmm.
grass. And I mean, like versus his art. So the challenge for a lot of people is, well, how much time should I spend on something that I'm not making money at it?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? and that's a big challenge, all in
Yes.
in and of itself.
Yes.
The passion is what determines that. It's how passionate in it are you. There's some people like Mike. I heard Mike singing just now, right? Mike ain't getting paid to sing, but he is singing, right? Right? That's passion. That's coming in, bursting at the seams. Like he couldn't even hold it back. He was just letting it go. Know what I mean? Now there's some artists that are like that. The art doesn't matter. Like, you know, they be cutting grass and they have their doodle pad, and every time they sit down to eat lunch or have a snack or whatever it is, they're doing their piece.
Right.
That's the passion. That those people are exceptional people. And one day, sometimes those individuals are found, right? But the one thing that you're guaranteed is if they never show anybody
He fails.
what they're doing, they will never be found. Like ever, right? And so the only way to get to that position that you're talking about is like where you want to get paid for your work is to put your work out there.
Right.
I mean, to constantly put your work out there.
Right.
And in today's world, there's almost no excuse, right? Because you could have
Thank you.
your Instagram
Thank you
account,
for connecting the
social-
dots for me. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. I just
no
couldn't get
excuse.
it out. Yeah, you're right.
There's no excuse to have your stuff not seen.
Yeah.
And even
Right.
if it's by your auntie or your uncle or your grandpa, or your friends, like your 20 people that know you, there's no way there's no reason for it not to be seen. Yeah. Right? And so, I mean, it might sound very braggadocious in how I'm putting this across, but it's like you won't get fed if you don't ask for food. You know what I mean? Like, and the asking may be the biggest hurdle because you have the talent already.
Yes.
So it's just put it out there.
Yes.
Just ask the part to be put in the mix.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, just put it out there.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I'm asking for as it relates to submissions. It's like, just put it out there. You know, let's see what happens. I mean, like, what's the worst that can happen? You know?
Okay. Hey man, I appreciate you. You spoke a whole lot of truth tonight, and also gave a whole lot of information. So for those of you who know full well, our YouTube is up and running, so you will be available. Well, I guess by now you'll be watching this back. So thank you for liking and subscribing on our YouTube channel. All right. I'm signing up for the 5K. Shay, you're not even gonna be here. Don't even worry. Mike.
Hey,
You might need somebody to play some house music and sing.
I'll sing and play some house music. It's a long walk, bro.
That sounds like a deal. It was recorded. For all the people that just now.
I'll walk
You
down
saw it?
TCD and come back.
DJ Mike.
I walk around the hood. I did that so many times in my life.
I'm going for the walk, and I'm gonna enjoy the walk. I'm definitely.
That's
gonna
all
look
right.
forward
I'm seeing
to
it.
the walk. Nori, man, thank you so much. The bottle, I greatly, I was on the fence about whether or not I was gonna crack it on the show. I made it through the whole show, or as tempting as it is, not to crack it, only because you had yours with cream soda and I only had. So
No, yeah.
no, I was that definitely. I was like, yeah, I ain't having this. If I'm cracking this, my first drink with this is gonna be cream soda. Definitely. Now that you said it, all right, that's our drink of the week.
Every person that goes and picks up one of these bottles, buy a can of cream soda also, because and call it Nora's wife's drink, Nhuri Bashir's drink. This is awesome, and my wife, yeah,
all right,
I love it.
Bet. Say less. Say less. Yeah. So we're gonna work on a deal on getting you guys those of you who know, hit us up on our socials to enter, or we'll post something up. We'll post something up on my time, whatever my time is gonna be. We'll take a guess, and you can have the chance to win one of these limited edition bottles. All right. We'll post that up. Make sure you check us out on .d .rocs. ROCS. Registration is right up until the day, or how are we doing this?
Yeah, so the cutoff will be the day before.
Right.
And the pickup will be at City Hall the day before. So the pickup for the shirts and the swag and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Like I said, there will be a kid zone. So if
Yes.
you are not a walker or runner or anything, ATL has graciously provided or will be graciously providing a kid zone with face painting and bouncy castles and stuff like
Nice.
that. So even people that are not gonna specifically walk, come down, enjoy the atmosphere, meet people, talk to people, bring your kids down.
Yeah.
Let's take over the whole park and just do it up, you know?
Sure. Sure. All right. Cool. Again, the website to register, bng.bm. That's Bermuda National Gallery. So if we'll post that up as well. So make sure you guys go and check them out. Um, you've been busy, mate. Been busy. Yeah. Any vacation coming up? What's that? What's any rest?
You know what? You know, the cool thing and I guess the tough thing about when you own your own company or whatever it is, you know, I could kind of take whichever day I want off, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but most times I don't really want to, you know. So
Yeah.
I just yeah, I went on a really great vacation with my wife and kids and her family to Mexico a couple weeks back.
Nice.
That was really nice, you know. And so yeah, you know, I get in where I can. One thing I'm not afraid of is a plane.
Hey, nah. This is it.
I just avoid Miami for a couple
Yeah,
weeks,
yeah,
I
yeah.
guess.
That's it. That's it. Yeah, that's all. Unfortunately, yeah. I had somebody. Yeah, somebody told me they was going to Orlando, um, next week. And I was like, all right, cool, enjoy it. But no, I think that that's not that far away, but
It's
still,
it's
yeah,
it's,
yeah,
pretty, it's far,
yeah.
far enough.
Yeah, yeah, far enough. Um, what we got going on this weekend? I can't recall top of my head, but
Bay
nonetheless,
Club.
Bay Club.
Bay Club all weekend. Let's
All
go.
weekend. What's on?
I don't know. It's like a 90s 2000 party. Jim Brown, Magnum Force.
Wait. I want to check my schedule.
Bay
No,
Club.
hey, you guys will be definitely proud of me when it comes down to my schedules. They're all in my phone now.
Yeah, I like
I
that.
I have legit everything in the phone,
I like that for you.
and as you notice, we've gone a couple of podcasts without this bitch going off. I sorted out the voice activation. I had to take it.
Love
I
that
had to
for
take
you.
it to the place to get them to deactivate the Google Assistant.
Really?
Yeah, it was like the settings turned it off, but then it was like behind the scenes settings where she had to go and turn it off because it was this little piece, like this phone's so dumb where you do this, like you squeeze the sides and then the Google Assistant, hi, how may I help you? And then she listens to your whole conversation and then responds to some dumb comment that I've made.
Hey, I now have a Google phone in my house, and I
Always.
just realized I need to get rid of it.
Really?
Yeah, bro. It's for work. I'm gonna
Like
swap it.
it's a nice phone, like the Google Pixel. It's a nice phone, right? But the understanding how the phone fucking works, yeah, is it's just phlegm.
Hey, Androids have always been the worst. So,
Yeah, I'm not a fan, but it's working for the end anyway. All right. Hey, what are you getting into for the weekend? You got anything planned?
This weekend, I don't know. I don't have any plans this weekend. I have some plans coming up in the next couple months in May, June, and July. But other than that,
All right.
I ain't got any plans.
Yeah, we are. I'm not drunk, but I think I've had enough. I'm understanding my limits during the weekday as well. So be proud of me, guys. Um, hey, you're doing Lent? Have you done? You gave up something for Lent? Mhm, mhm. All right. Big shout out to all my
Yeah.
Lenters who have given up. I I agreed that it was not going to be alcohol. So we established that. That's nice. Hope you guys are working out whatever it is that you decided to. Then you got a few more. Um, I think that was it. Anybody you needed to shout out? Okay.
But no, but
Yeah,
shout out to family. Love you
definitely.
guys.
Big shout out to your family. And again, you guys have our deepest condolences. You know where home is. Know that we always got you.
Yes.
Nori, my
Yes.
boy,
Thank you.
bruh, it has honestly been a pleasure. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you,
I'm just
man. I I
yeah,
truly
man.
appreciate
Hey,
you guys having me.
Yes. Thank
I love when you come. I love just hanging around you when I see you. It's just like I feel your energy so good all the time. It's just like upliftment just to see you, even in passing, right? So thank you for sharing those vibes
Thank you.
just with me because a lot of times you might see somebody in the street be like, dude, like some people you see, you just want to be like, don't let them look, don't let them look. But every time I see you, like and every time I see you, bro, it's just straight vibes. So thank you. It's honestly been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you. Um, please continue to keep up the good work. You doing what you do inspire a lot of other people, and now see after looking at this, there's other names in here as well who
Never been in it
follow
before.
you. Um, who there's other names who follow you who are now reaching levels that are putting Bermuda in a position
And this
to
platform.
just
That's it.
be in control of a lot of stuff.
The thing 100%, like, and you asked everybody about the weekend and stuff like that there. Um, I have a belief, like, that, like,
Mm-hmm.
if you have a platform, your job is to create a platform for other people to get on the platform.
Yes.
I mean, there's no point in having a platform to
Yes.
look down
Yes.
at people. You know what I mean?
you.
It's like there's no point, because I've been in the positions where people look down on me. You know what I mean? And it
Gotcha.
never feels right. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
if I could create, even if it's any form of platform, even if it's just through words, if it's through connections or whatever it is, like that's kind of like my guiding mantra,
Love it.
Um, and so it's just like, let's just do it. If you have your thing that you're trying to do that's going to uplift someone else or a neighborhood, whatever it is, just put me in, coach. Let me know what it is I could
Yes,
do for
sir.
you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm yeah, I'm happy to kind of be a facilitator or to assist in
Dope,
making things
man. I
happen.
love it. I
You
love it.
know?
Thank you, and again, congratulations, man. Keep it up. Keep it up. So let people know where they can find you. And of course, well, we have all this.
I'm easy to find. And I say, if you
Yeah, this
can't
is
find me,
it.
you ain't
This
looking.
is it.
No. Yeah, it's simple. But I mean, all that to be said, this is more about the race and doing something in the community. So check
Yes.
out bng.bm. Go check out the race details. It's all there. All the information about sponsorship, about signups, about volunteerism,
Mhm.
about everything as it relates to the race is
Wait,
there.
you guys you're
Peter
looking for marshals too,
Lapsley.
right? Or how is that working out? Before, yes, that's right.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
volunteer section. So
There
if
you go,
you like
Mike.
Marshall,
Signal the
you know,
kid. Signal the
Yeah,
kid.
that's me right
yeah,
there.
exactly. Yeah. The bng.bm, it has all the information there. D'Amico
Yes.
Watson, Don Arena, Peter Lapsley, the
What do you think?
Chubb
What do you think D'Amico's
organization.
time's gonna be?
D'Amico probably run that thing in 15 minutes, but maybe 20 minutes. Max,
Oh,
like Max.
mercy.
D'Amico's
Yeah, yeah,
fast.
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, here's one that, how you
Yeah,
watch like
yeah.
Usain Bolt, and you're like, well, Mike Tyson used to
Yep.
box back in the day. You were like, hey, let me make some popcorn, come back, and the
Yeah,
person was
yeah,
knocked
yeah.
out. Mike Tyson.
Yep.
You know how he was?
Okay.
That's D'Amico running. You know, D'Amico's like, you know, you.
That's
All right, kids, let's go check out the. Look back. You go fit. Let's go check out the boxing catch.
That's it.
Yeah, it was done. Yeah, D'Amico's fast, man. I don't fuck with that guy.
All right, cool.
But yeah, in all seriousness, man,
Yes.
this is for the people. So
Right.
not everyone's a D'Amico. Not everyone's even a me as it relates to running. So I'm not trying to encourage that everyone needs to be that fast. Those fast people would love for you to come out, you know, and I'm sure that will get a lot of applause. But
Okay.
this is for
Yeah.
everyone. You know what I mean?
Definitely,
Everyone come out,
definitely,
show up, you
definitely.
know?
Guys, go ahead, sign up, check it out on the website, bng.bm. And of course, you can always come over to us if you're looking for it again. We'll make sure we post it up so that you guys know all about it. Nori, thank you, man. Greatly
Thank you,
appreciate you
guys.
coming through, right?
Thank you.
Anybody you wanted to shout out? Anybody else you wanted to shout out? Nori?
Honestly, you know, it's everybody from the neighborhood. Everybody that comes from, you know, Porn Dogs, from Baccaton, from Deepdale, from Top Rib, from 42nd, from Frizzle's Hill, from Parsons Road, from Middletown, from Frontline, from Princess Street, from whichever street you come from, just come down and show up. You know what I mean? Like and show support. Like, you know. Yeah. Happy Valley, the curve, the whole 9 yards. Like, you know, if come out and support and look at the, you know, look at the runners, or, you know, wave, do your thing.
Cheer on you, yeah.
Cheer on.
Yeah.
Come support, come walk.
Even as
you know,
a community, you guys, you know, have a think about it. Even as a community, if you know somebody is capable of participating in the run, and you might not necessarily do it, then sponsor them to do the run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? On your behalf. If you live in that area and you're just unable to do the run, and you know somebody who is capable of doing it on your behalf, you probably just want to sit on your porch and cheer them on, then sponsor that person to come out and do it.
Yeah.
All right. Again, there's volunteers that's needed. I'm sure somebody don't listen. There's areas on that day. It starts in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Back, man. That hill area smells like crawfish and potato. The hill. You want me to run? That hill. Bro, that hill area smells like Sunday breakfast, bro. What? First thing in the morning?
So, hey,
guys,
yeah, but you know,
I'm gonna stop on Pomada Red. Somebody's gonna have some pancakes. Then I'll get caught. What? Oh my!
What you got to do is put your order in before you walk, because you know how long it's gonna take.
Yeah. You're right.
So you put it in at 8 o'clock. You come back and pick it up at 9:30.
Yeah, all right. Unless I'm D'Amico, then it's
unless it's D'Amico. And his brother eating it while
Yeah.
running. You know, like that's. Oh, it's fast, man.
Oh man, hey, I appreciate you once again. Big shout out for everybody to who's tuning in on the live on the Twitch. Like and subscribe on all of our socials, and we'll catch you guys next week. Look out for who our guest will be, as we will announce that as well. Nori, I'm either gonna you're at some point this weekend. Can you do me a favor? Can you make that drink for me and send me a picture of it, please? That's our drink of the week.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah?
I can do that for sure. Yeah.
All right, bet. Yeah.
That's done.
Make that drink again.
Nori's gonna make it tonight. Send it to you.
It's a little late.
Tonight.
It's a little late, but yeah, shit, I know it's early in the morning.
Tonight's not most ideal. I might have another one before I go to sleep because it's so good.
All right.
But yes, I will do that, and I'll make sure you get it. It will be early next week that I'll get that image to you.
Please and thanks. All right, bang. That's our drink of the week. And yeah, again, if you have a drink of the week, feel free to send it in to us, info.ondrocs@gmail.com. Of course, any one of our socials, which is on.d.rocs on it. That is it. Ice not included. For those of you who have not poured yourself a drink by now, you are a little late. Sure, you guys have a safe weekend, and we'll catch you next week, same time,
Cheers.
same place. We out. Peace.
Yeah.